Ladies, gentlemen, let the show begin. Alright, do you like video games? And I know you do. What about entertainment? We got that too. Video game, I'm on a video game. Video game, oh, what's the name? Video Game Armada.
Hey guys, come on in, take a seat.
Batman.
We're gonna have a little conversation. Oh, are you gonna lock me up again? No, that was only just for like a minute. Well, we haven't seen you in a while. We haven't played my game in a while. You don't think I haven't noticed? Well, you know, stuff's coming up, new games and all that. Yeah, whatever. Well, it's not like you've been creeping around, have you? I have a life. I got stuff to do too, you know. Like a super secret project for your stupid nerd site. But I'm not talking about that today. You guys went to go see Civil War.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, hey baby, how you doing?
I'm bad.
So anyway, I went to go see that movie too. And unlike the last time when I did a review that was stellar and awesome and good looking, I feel the need that I have to do the aftermath with you guys. Oh, goody.
Did you see the movie though?
Yes, I did.
Are
I
you
just
sure?
said that.
You
just
sure?
said that.
I just
You
said that.
it, but I don't know if I believe you.
Why would... Why...
When did you go, Beth?
I have to... I seen it, like, on Monday. Because
The sneak preview wasn't out till Thursday, Beth.
I saw it on Monday because I'm well connected. How many times have I saved the world from plagues and diseases and supervillains and stuff? But
Okay,
I need to find out about my cinematic enemy. And this is my cinematic enemy. And so, let's start it, because I remember you guys like that sort of thing. So this is The Vengeance Tonight, and this is Batman. Swear to me. And this is the One Drama Gamer Boss Bronze.
And the Informational Emperor, True Backlash.
And the First Lady of Media, Lou. And I'm glad to see you, Bats. And I'm so glad you didn't lock Boss Bronze away this time.
Yeah, me too, man. Still, what the heck?
Yeesh.
Well, you guys started it with Deadpool. I was just trying to, like, get revenge. Which, of course, is the theme of this movie. Everyone wants revenge! I know a little bit about that, but I call mine justice. No. That's a good place to start. Let's talk about the true villain of the movie, Righteous Indignation. We have first Black Woman, who gave Tony Stark a tongue lashing because Tony Stark was not even there.
And a picture of Deadchild.
Picture of Deadchild just right in your face, and it said, "Your friends did this, so I'm gonna blame you because you're bad." Even though you saved the world a couple of times and stopped evil robots, you didn't make that, but still.
Yeah, I mean, he was there at Sokovia when that was in Avengers too.
Yeah,
Age
he
of
was
Ultron.
there. But he wasn't directly, well.
He wasn't responsible for
No,
it.
I think that part was actually in Civil War when that building blew up.
It was when the building blew up.
Remember when Crossbones set that detonator, and then Scarlet Witch. This is Aftermath, people, by the way. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, stop listening right now and go watch our review.
That also wasn't Sokovia. That was Nigeria.
Yeah, no. See
I
that?
thought that was Sokovia where
No.
cross-up.
No, that dead woman was in the that dead woman's child was in the Wakandan embassy where they were in.
Right. And then
They got blown up.
sure?
They got
Yes,
blew up.
look it
Yeah,
up.
because whenever Scarlet Witch
Yeah, Scarlet Witch,
had her little powers to encapsulate
the
the
explosion.
explosion to keep it from blowing up Captain America, and she put him up in the air.
Yes.
As he went up further, it blew him up. It also blew up the building.
Yes.
But it isolated Captain America and saved his life
No, it saved him, her, and all the other lives on the ground
on
level.
the ground. But the people that were up above near the blast,
They took the hit.
They took the hit.
And that's why she was there, because her son was working in the Wakandan embassy in that particular place and time. That's why she showed up
It's like
now
a movie.
and not like after the movie, not after Avengers 2.
It had the same impact to her like a mini 9/11.
Yeah, exactly. So that was that. Then that was her. She was first, and then Who else? Who was Crossbones? He was mad because Captain America messed up his
building on his face or
whatever that meant. I didn't remember
I
that.
don't remember what that is.
But
That
he was mad, and he was the one who said, "I'm gonna blow up myself because I hate you so much, and I was right to do it." So
There was a song by this chick, and I can't remember her name, and the words to the song says, "I hate you so much right now." Ah! That was the theme for the whole movie.
that's pretty much the theme for the whole movie, and you're right. I know there's like, and then like there's Tony Stark when, and again, spoilers, here we go, when he found out the Winter Soldier actually was the one who killed his parents, then he said, well, forget this, I was going to be trying to nice and cool and stop this main bad guy, but I'm so mad about that right now, I'm going to fight and go.
Fight.
I'm going to fight and super fight and fight, even though that was a billion years ago. I mean, it's still sad and wrong, but you know this guy has been brainwashed repeatedly.
Well,
He's technically not at fault for his actions.
Well, two things. I think it would have just maybe just had ended with the douchey punch to Captain America because he hid the truth from him. I could be wrong about that, but I think.
No, I think you were dead on that.
But he expressed earlier on in the movie that he never really let that go. That his family died, and they were killed, and he never really said goodbye to them. He kind of dogged out his dad.
And
I think that was a big factor. Apparently, the dad and the son never really saw eye to eye, and technically, when the mom said, to him in his little experiment, how this ends, and we're not going to come back. You might as well say it now. Apparently, whatever he said is, "Dad, I love you," but he never got to say it in the real time. It was only in his little experiment that he finally said it. So apparently, there was this regret going on between them.
And this is why I am here, ladies and gentlemen. I am here to once again defend DC, because guess what? Captain America can't talk today. Captain America Civil War ripped off Batman vs. Superman in a lot of ways.
I knew you would say that. We knew that you would say that, Bats, but you gotta understand, there's just not one incident of violence in the world, even today. It happens all the time, these kinds of things. So don't feel like they just
But no,
intentionally
that's
hurt
not
you
just
up.
the only one, though. Baby, you know what? Let me do me. But let's start with what you guys just said. Is that a criminal killed Tony Stark's parents? Very similar to me, the Batman.
Yes.
Oh, really? Is there anyone we know? Of course, Thomas and Mark. Wait a minute. I mean, Joan and Jane Smith. Some guy killed my parents, and that's why I am the vengeance and the night. Well, that's what Blue said, and that kind of stuff happens. It's sad, but, bad guys do bad things to,
Good people.
marry people. That doesn't mean that they're copied off of. Just you wait.
Well, there's also another character that's in the movie. It's actually Spider-Man. Something very similar happened to him.
Yeah, but still, Spider-Man and me, Batman have nothing in common except a death battle.
Well,
Let me make my point.
Yeah, I get that.
Let me make my point.
Okay, Bats.
Okay, so what did Iron Man say about the Winter Soldier after he killed, like he just found out that Winter Soldier killed his parents?
Did you know about this?
Sort of. After that.
He killed my mother.
Yes.
Killed my mom
Yes.
at Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's very weird. But the point is that in my movie, what was the point of contention that brought me and...
Mary!
No, mothers. Yeah, they're Martha.
Mary!
Yes.
Martha!
Martha.
Mary.
I don't know. Martha!
Some freaking mother complex in my movie totally ripped off in this movie that I saw. I took notes. Trust me, we'll all get there.
But I think that you're right, Bats, and I just think it just happens to embody the importance and significance of mothers. And I think as a mother, that's a wonderful thing.
Well,
Not that they died,
no,
but that they're revealed by their sons.
like I said, just you wait. You guys can continue. Trust me, I'll chime in as necessary.
Okay. All right. What's next then?
Wait. I just remembered something that you guys just mentioned. I almost forgot. So, what else did Batman v Superman have that totally ripped off my movie, Batman Superman, and they did in Civil War?
They fought.
No.
They fought in Africa.
When did that happen in Batman vs Superman?
That was earlier?
Oh yeah, actually that's right. You're I'm writing that down right now. So mad
Don't
right
encourage
now.
him, Batman.
So mad right
Batman
now.
do not encourage Batman. We know how Batman. Go ahead, Batman.
But you're very close. They also had an event where people died in a building. And then
gosh.
people said, hey, this particular brand of superhero can't be trusted because he caused massive, destruction. Maybe these people should be made accountable. Doesn't that sound familiar to
It does.
Superman
It
scene
absolutely does.
in Batman vs. Superman?
It does.
Ah.
And it also sounds familiar, the fact that these people were framed like it was in your movie.
Exactly.
It's sort of fun.
I'm not crazy. They're
No.
ripping us off.
Yes.
I'm gonna get my bat lawyers.
But here's the thing. It all serves one primary purpose. To the fans. We're happy to see these great mega movies come to the screen.
And again, that's not my problem. I love my fans. They make me rich and popular and successful. But that's not the point, and I will come to my point at the end. Now you guys may continue.
Okay. Because this is supposed to be one of those things where we're actually talking aftermath stuff.
That's what we're doing, I think.
Yeah, well,
And Batman is not doing in the most elegant of way, but I kind of had the same things I wanted to address in the aftermath segment
gotcha.
because
There
there
were
are
similarities.
there's a lot of similarities.
There are, but I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing.
It's not a bad. Me and Batman are kind of simpatico today. I think he's got a point to make, and I think we'll let him make it. But still, this is our show, and we're doing what we're gonna do. Yeah, for now. Shut up, you. So, about the aftermath thing is that let's talk about something actually legit aftermath.
Well, one of the things that I found that was I think that was a spoiler for people who haven't seen the movie that
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of bring forward for me
Mhm.
is that if you see the movie and you're actually following along to the point where there was the serum that was hijacked, so there was more than one Winter Soldier. It wasn't just the one. There was a possibility of 6 other Winter Soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
I think at that point in time it would have been an awesome time for now there to be an identifiable villain.
Yes.
These new Winter Soldiers could have been awakened by this crazy guy.
Mhm.
And then once these new Winter Soldiers would have came alive with the same kind of crazy superpowers that Winter Soldier had, and they had these key words that he would have known to awaken them from this cryogenic state that they're in.
Mhm.
Now this would have been a golden opportunity for, the Avengers to unite once again to fight this common foe. In my mind, that would have made an excellent opportunity as an optional, plot.
I'll even double down on that. It said I definitely like that. They will get together once again to fight all these crazed super soldier rejects, but still at the end
And
have
they
the
were stronger, he said.
They were strong, yes.
Yes.
But at the end, the big bad would still reveal that thing to Tony, and he would still go crazy and try to fight Cap and Winter Soldier, while the rest of the Avengers were fighting those crazy super soldiers.
Yeah.
It would still be legitimate and viable. That's a very good point. I like that.
And then the other piece of that is when they brought this, what is it? The electronic powered EPF or whatever that disturbance thing was. He brought
EMP.
EMP. He brought this thing
Mm-hmm.
You know, to disrupt the whole power grid.
Okay.
It was almost like it came and you saw the devastation,
Mhm.
and it cut to a room or something. I mean, come on now.
You're bringing up this. Now, this is probably not Batman. Did you have a problem with the main villain? Did he rip off the Batman versus Superman movie in any way? No. Go ahead. All right, good. Because this is my sticking point. The main bad guy. You see, as I alluded in the review, I couldn't really reveal anything because it'd be like a total spoiler scene. And I know Backlash, you like the villain, and I can imagine why. Because he's definitely got like some sort of emotional stuff going on here. But at the end of the day, and this is why I said that Righteous Indignation was the main villain, he was just some normal nobody whose family got killed in the last Avengers movie. That's it.
That's it.
He is nobody. He was
and
nothing.
He wasn't even long standing. Bats, your parents died in front of you as a little kid. You carried this around for 30 years of your life.
Yeah, I know.
Superman, you saw your parents die on planet whatever.
He didn't see him die.
You weren't even born. You were young. But
Yeah.
you knew, you went back and saw your crystals and saw they existed.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at Spider-Man. He lost his uncle who was raising him, and you see people who are these super characters who have had parents who have died. Even Iron Man apparently had parents that died when they were young, and unrequited situations. And then you got this guy, he had his parents die. I'm sorry, that was a bad thing. But he died 2 weeks ago. And now he went on this rant.
And Rampage. How is a nobody? Enough it. How did he organize a militia force of guys to do this? How did he get everything timed down to the letter?
How did he even know what the heck that was?
How did he discover Hydra? How did he find out about Tony Stark's parents in the first place getting iced by Winter Soldier? How did he create an EMP, which, by the way, is only normally produced in a nuclear explosion?
Exactly.
How did he do that?
How did he do it?
How did he manage all of this? How? In 1 year. He said after 1 year, he did that all.
I'll give you
this
1 year,
nobody, nothing. This scrub. This
And
scrub
he
off the
knew
street.
He wasn't going to be able to kill these super people,
Mhm.
but he figured he could devise a plot that would kill each other.
Well-
but yet he didn't even hang out to see them kill each other.
Yeah.
No, he walks up to the cliff and he's getting ready to kill himself. So you're going to kill yourself and you don't even know they killed each other. No! If that's your plan, you're going to at least hang around till they kill each other. Right?
Yes.
Well, the thing about Zemo, can we say Zemo now?
See, that's what's really killing me. Is he Baron Zemo?
Well, here's the thing. I think
what is
I think
he?
superhero.
I think he is,
because
I
Baron
think-
Zemo is a Hydra villain.
I think he is because I think
Well,
he's identified as that.
This guy is just a pretender Zemo.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, one, I think media lately has trying to take away the Baron from. I think that the media is trying to take the lineage thing away from these comic book characters.
We'll see.
They're trying to take these lineage thing away from these characters because in the Arrow show that I'm the only one who watches ever, there's a character named Baron Reiter.
Baron Zemo.
He's not the real
Well,
Baron.
let me finish. I'll explain. Baron Reiter, who also known as Baron Blitzkrieg, but in part because he was played by a black guy, they couldn't call him Baron Blitzkrieg, but they just didn't call. They just call him Baron. Well, you know what? They did call him Baron Reiter, I guess, but.
Well, this one says Baron Zemo in here.
But that's the thing. He's not a baron. He's not a royalty. He's just he's not a nobody. I don't agree with he's nobody because he was a soldier, a regular soldier, admittedly, not SHIELD classified level soldier, but he had a lot of intel between his work, between his former day job, and from the fact that they said it. Natasha Romanoff released all those Hydra files, so he knew where to find Hydra.
But all in a year?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with the year.
And it's the... All right, nerd, shut up. But I'm not done. Shut up, nerd. I'm not...
And he wasn't even from that kind of line of work.
Look,
He was just a random guy.
I'm trying to make a point here. It's time for the Batman's point. All right. Here's how Civil War ripped off Batman versus Superman again. you know Lex Luthor Jr., right?
Yeah.
Let me make that clear. It's not Lex Luthor Senior, you nerds. Lex Luthor Jr. Different guy,
yeah, okay, I
different
get it.
character. Okay, now, what was Lex Luthor Jr.'s plan to destroy Superman?
To cause them to be at odds against one another and destroy each other.
Yes.
Same plan, same
Yes.
plot. I agree.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes. Yes. I'm not crazy. I'm
No.
Batman.
You're not crazy. And that's a fantastic observation. Now, when you look at the deal between the two franchises, is that a deal breaker for fan goers? No, it's a plus.
No, I have nothing against the
Well, as
movie.
far as I know, you don't.
I
I'm
love it.
talking to Bats right now.
And I don't have a problem with it either. But again, it will all be explained at the end. Trust me,
Oh, gosh.
I'm getting somewhere with this.
Okay, Bats.
All right. I mean, I'm kind of struggling to see. You know, it was good seeing Crossbones. So it was good seeing Brock Rumlow in that movie. See what
It
happened.
was
with
good.
it.
And I
I was-
thought he was going to be the villain.
I thought it was going to be at least the Dragon, which is TV Turbo speak for the second in command character, at least. But no, okay.
That would have been nice, actually.
I'll give the movie this, where they substitute in the comic books. The way that the Civil War kicks off is because there's a group of heroes called the New Warriors. Some of them were basically they were like the Teen Titans of the Marvel Universe, and not like the Junior X-Men squad. That's the New Mutants. There's a difference. The New Warriors had gone through some personnel changes. Some of them became Avengers. Some of them died. Some of them went on to other places. But the New Warriors, they were mainly famous in the '90s. At around the time of the Civil War, the New Warriors had seen better days. Their leader, Night Thrasher, wasn't making as much money, so they went on a reality show to become Exposure. And there was so much mugging for the camera, or trying to show off, or trying to get good shots for the reality show, that apparently they got reckless. And this character, who was more or less a nobody, this villain, nobody named Nitro, before the Civil War, they took him lightly, and he exploded and blew up Stanford. And that's how the Civil War started for pro registration. I'll take the credit. I'll give this movie credit. It used Crossbones as Nitro. Basically, he was Nitro in that scene. He tried to blow himself up with Captain America, which, one, I think is clever in referencing the comic and making the Avengers being blamed instead of the New Warriors for it. But I don't understand why go through all that. It's like, so what if the Hydra, you know that you don't know what happened with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Hydra is gone. So what if your face is scarred up? You said you got off easy. You could live to see another day as a villain and complete your revenge against Captain America, but you became someone's martyr? Why?
Again,
And then-
and I don't know how he convinced him to do that, by the way.
I don't even know how he met him. So this guy from Sokovia meets this guy from America.
Right.
And he might know, I think he might have found him in the Hydra record book. Oh, real quick. The guy who was controlling the Winter Soldier literally had a red ledger.
Oh,
That was amazing.
It was amazing.
But I mean, it's like Hydra. He might have found out about Crossbones Hydra. But what is Rumlow doing? Is he like what in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Real quick, there was a magical faction of Hydra that we just went through that just teleported an alien to Earth. He's gonna kill the Earth unless Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. do something. But the technical side of the Hydra, the ones we've seen in season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and in the past Captain America movies, they're pretty much wiped out. Was Rumlow still part of that, or is he a mercenary for hire like he's in the comics? What's he doing? Is he just causing problems in Nigeria for no reason? Yeah.
To play that clip that a lot of people from Channel On some name drop always does, it raises too many questions.
Yeah.
But you know what? Yeah. I wanted an actual bad guy. I wanted a guy they should get together and fight, and not this guy who just says, my family's dead.
Crossover would have been a great bad guy. The dude who was identified as the clear guy who was the mystery dude who kept causing all these events could have been a bad guy if he was truly something.
You know what I really wanted? It's infeasible, but I actually wanted a Black Panther villain. He's the one to orchestrate all of this just to make
I know
Wakanda
what-
weak.
I know what you're talking about because it happened in the comics too. I won't give that away. Well, should we give that away? What's it?
I mean, you could. It's
Whatever.
the
This is Aftermath.
All right, so his name is Ulysses Claw, people. Claw was the one who was responsible in the comics, and Claw was the one who we saw in Age of Ultron. That's where, that's where Ultron got his weapons from. Remember Andy Serkis, the guy with the beard? He got his hand chopped off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be seeing him soon, but he's not responsible for his dad's death in this. Well, let me see. I'm just kind of confused by Rumble. As far as the villainy, you had both a big bad and a main antagonist in the movie. The big bad was Zemo. Like it or not, it was Zemo.
He is Baron Zemo in name only.
Zeno. Bizino.
Yeah, but
But
he
we
was
already
in a name only, but they tried to play him down like he was some pathetic little.
I don't get that.
He was
I don't
like
get
a-
No,
that.
he was a murderer. He was a murderer.
I mean, there's no doubt
Yeah,
that he was trying to play it off like, well,
What-
I only did all these mean things because I'm a victim and I was trying to get
It's no
retribution
excuse.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the deal
What-
because he did not deal with any of the retribution for innocence that he took lives of. Like, look at the people. Look at that
He's
guy.
kind of like
He was
Lex
in the
Luthor in that way.
bathtub.
Mhm.
The guy in the bathtub.
He-
Nothing ever came from that. Nobody even mentioned him except for once or twice. It's like he was supposed to be the guy to show up and to interrogate
Yeah.
the
Winter
Winter Soldier.
Soldier.
But he was dead. Okay, so why'd you kill him? The
So he
fact
could
that
get in. So he could get in his
we
shield.
know that, but they just did. They just like
Yeah,
okay,
his
collateral damage. I'm trying to
his
get my
righteous indignation said, "Well, my family's dead. Everyone should be dead, and I'll kill myself." The
Yeah.
end.
Sheesh. I mean, the dude was one of those guys that, you wanted to see. He didn't have any superpowers.
No, he had nothing.
He wasn't like a mad scientist. He just knew stuff and showed up in secret and cloak and dagger. He knew these magic words to break into the place and sit down and talk to magic soldiers.
Plot convenience. That's his power.
That was it.
Well, that's the thing. He's the big bad. He set things in motions. He would be a bigger bad if the big bad was answering to him, but obviously that's not the case.
But I
There
think
is-
that
and
they
it's-
needed to have that guy have a more accountable role. He just was like, okay, I'm causing all this crap, but like, don't hate me. I'm really a victim here.
No, he
we
didn't say-
want to hate you, and we want to see you do something.
No, he didn't. No, he wouldn't. He
we
didn't
want to
get.
have a boss fight with you.
No, he didn't have two swords for anyone that was a Avenger. He was affable to the Black Panther, who, by right, he killed his dad for that.
He did kill
He
his
did
dad.
understand that. He understood that.
And frame the Winter Soldier for doing it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean,
Is that what you were talking about before about Black Dude dying first
yeah, with
in
with
the
the
review?
mom,
In the review.
the mom.
Uh,
Not his father. I forgot about that. But
Yeah.
there's two black dudes that died.
Yep.
There's the one in Sokovia or Nigeria.
And he was Sokovian too.
Uh,
The dude that was Baron Zeno or whatever, he was Sokovian.
Yeah, it's Sokovian instead of German, and he wasn't in Hydra. That's the other two things.
But he played it off like he was a part of Hydra at some
At
point.
first,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, he did. And that's kind of threw me at first. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
Hydra's going to take a role here.
he didn't use
He
this.
framed Hydra, which is cool.
Yeah, but the main antagonist, and it should become a big done. It looked like it wasn't going to happen at first until he showed Tony that footage. Was Iron Man? He was the main boss battle, the final battle.
Yeah, he was.
And
And
it was cool, but it seemed wrong.
I mean, look, yeah,
It was wrong.
Think about it.
It seemed wrong.
Think about it. They
Was
teased
wrong,
yeah.
they teased the tension throughout the movie. People who are familiar with the comic book storyline knew that Tony was the main bad guy because in part Tony and Reed Richards and to an extent Hank Pym all acted like bigger toolboxes in that comic series. And they teased the fact we were so focused on the super soldier serum that was in that car trunk. That's why that flashback was there. That's why those other guys were there. But the Russos switched it up on us. Which nice shout out Russos. They worked with Community. They did another shout out to Community with Dean Pelton.
Oh, I love that scene. That was great.
Yeah.
Even I love Dean Pelton.
Yeah, that's it. But they switched up on it. So it's like, no, these characters do not matter despite the flashback. The super soldier serum, in this case, even though Agent Carter spent a whole season 1 talking about it, does not matter. No, it's about the people in the car. The people in the car is
people in
what.
the car. We waited until the end of the movie to find this out. But then at the same time, I'm also looking.
The people in the car were the
parents.
Tony Stark
They
family.
were
by
his
the way.
family, his
Yeah.
parents. You know, it opened up with Tony Stark and this, subliminal virtual reality of his past, and he, got a chance to say goodbye to his parents, even though he'd never seen them again.
Yeah.
And then that immediate next scene that would take place in the parents' life, of course, was them dying in the car. But we didn't know they were in there, even though we saw that car crash many times. Finally, at the end, it became crystal clear. But here you have the situation coming where you got this Baron Zemo type guy, and he's doing all this stuff behind the scenes and making all these things play out so these characters will war against each other to the point where that's supposed to be the whole deal. But then you're looking at the fact that you have people keep making innuendos to Iron Man saying, you better watch your back because you're so quick to sign on the dotted line. But you better not trust these people. You know, these things are happening. You want us to break up what we do to succumb to these people's rule while we sign this paper. But that's all they did throughout the movie is set the stage with the innuendos. You never seen any repercussion of him signing the papers come out in this movie. I mean,
Objection! It's time for another Batman interrupts with another thing.
Good deed.
All right, so you know how Tony Stark kind of sold away the farm, and it led to creation of a monster. Guess isn't that what happened in Batman versus Superman?
Oh, you're talking about Ultron? Come on, that was a different movie. They did that first.
I'm
you're talking about the dude that played the Facebook mobile character.
Yeah.
Junior.
Remember when he talked to that
Junior.
senator, and then he gave away all that stuff?
Yeah.
And he created Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this movie, he signed away, all the stuff for the Avengers to be accountable. And then, guess what happened? They created a monster called that big giant prison called the Raft,
Yeah.
where they put all the heroes or villains in
And
there.
they were on
and
their
they were
way
stuck.
to do more. We could see that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it was only a matter of time
Huh.
before all that stuff was going to come back to
It
the...
reminds you of X-Men a little bit back in the day, doesn't it, Bats?
I'm not surprised, but hey, guess what? That's not a DC thing.
I know.
My movie was a DC thing. I want them to be made accountable, but I'm not done yet. You
Well,
guys keep going. We're almost there.
We're almost there.
We're almost there.
Well, I mean, so yeah, that's my thing. Is Iron Man was the main villain. They made no qualms about it. It was Cap's movie, and in the end, they set up all that foreshadowing to bring you to that point where their friendship. Well, not. I mean, because look, these guys will be BFF besties for life, but it comes to a point where, for right now, their friendship has been pretty much severed. Because Cap's taking a side with his lifelong homie from the hood, who technically didn't do anything wrong. Technically, and who felt everything happen and had no control over it, and he's so bullheaded, so stubborn that one stance is correct. They can't even.
They're both stubborn, I think.
Yeah, but he doesn't even want to jail Bucky for his past crimes and see that he gets a fair trial in part because he knows he's not going to get a fair trial, but he's not even going to entertain the offer. And then
I think Cap had a responsibility that he dropped the ball on because, Iron Man clearly was devastated to see this.
Mm-hmm.
He was devastated.
Obviously.
And he turned to Cap looking for some answers like, did you know this? He wasn't asking Cap, did you know this, to give me a yes or no answer. He wanted to know more. But Cap, dropped the ball and said, well,
yes.
yes. So what do you think was going to happen?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Tony Stark, he's not known for being rational at
No,
times.
not when he's at that height.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. His mom.
His mom.
His
Mom got choked
And he
out.
saw it.
And he saw it, and he was not happy.
Oh no, he saw it. This is the man who has the power to collapse whole countries.
Mm-hmm.
He's the war man himself. He sells the whole shit.
He was.
He's so not going to sit there and watch his mom get killed, and this guy's right here, and he's able to do oblivion.
I know, right? And a fully powered highly dangerous, like, war suit. And this guy helped take out his best friend, too?
Yeah. Yes!
You know he's...
Captain, what were you thinking?
I know, right? He's like...
Well, yes, let me just, like, say yes.
No! Oh.
Dude, he was on mind control, and, you know, now's the time to open up spill your whole
I
guts
know.
and say everything.
I know, like, that was, like, right there and there. It's like, alright, this is what happened.
Yes!
And also,
Yes!
And also maybe, but I
But you
don't
got
know.
that window of rational.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't sit up there and say, well, yeah, I kind of didn't know he choked your mom and killed your dad. What do you think's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just not like, that was just one real big, epic
Fail.
issue.
Epic fail.
Yeah, on the cast party it was, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought, let me see, what else can we talk about? I keep trying to think there was one thing I wanted to talk about. It wasn't important, but I felt like I needed to
We're
say it.
sorry.
Yeah.
It was something from...
I know you wanted to tell us, but I said, keep it for the aftermath. That'll be good footage. And I stopped you.
There was so
What
many
did it have to involve?
I'm trying to remember, but I can't. But
Was it Spider-Man?
maybe it was Spider-Man.
Was it?
Well, let's talk about Spider-Man while we're...
Yeah, sure.
Well, they actually put an honest-to-goodness kid in the role of Spider-Man, and I keep hearing from the rave reviews that he's the best Spider-Man ever, the best Peter Parker, best Spider-Man. And you know what? Look, I like that Spider-Man marked out for all those superheroes, but the Spider-Man I want him to be sarcastic, quippy. He was met with nothing. He was with nothing but superheroes. He had no reason to be kind of a tool to them, but... You know, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to get used to. That movie's going to... The standalone Spider-Man movie's going to have to show me that. As for Peter Parker, he looks like a kid. He looks like a young kid, not like Tobey or Andrew Garfield. I still think Tobey's the best. But there's more to it than that, you know? You know, his costume looks cool. It looks like New Age. And that's obviously because of Tony and all his upgrades.
Right.
I don't know what I'm going to have more... I'm not that old, people, but I'm a fairly seasoned person in this world. Just starting on my seasoning, actually, but I don't know what I'm going to be more, I'm going to be more, surprised about. Like, Marissa Tomei is old enough to be someone's elderly aunt, and this is when Sally Field, the last set of Spider-Man movies, was the elderly aunt, and she's fairly a little bit older than that. I remember Marissa Tomei was in a different world going to college, and all of a sudden... And then,
she wasn't.
She was in the first season of The Different World.
No, not Marissa Tomei.
Yes.
No, really?
Oh my goodness. This is so amazing. This stupid show from the 80s. Let's get back on track.
Or let me see what else. Or they live in a high rise in Queens? Don't they have a house? I mean, you know, it's just like insane. It's like, that's going to take to get used to, too.
For what it's worth, I agree with you 100%. I liked the Spider-Man. He was very good, but he was way too complimentary. But then again, he's not fighting villains, so maybe that's what he's saving up all that snark for. When he's fighting villains and not like heroes and the like.
He was funny too. It's like he was gushing on everyone, but he was doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like he was just like, he was like, Iron Man said this, Iron Man said that. You suck up. Yeah.
Well, he's kind of poor, so he kind of wants to impress the boss.
Yeah.
But you know, something. Hey, wait a sec. This is another point, even though it's a minor point. I'm still gonna take it because I'm Batman. I take all the points. So let me get this straight. So a rich playboy philanthropist who's good with technology recruits a young, able-bodied, talented person to be a somewhat sidekick in their fight against evil. Is that what happened in this movie?
Yeah, it sounded like Batman Beyond.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like Batman Beyond, which is also before this movie, and it involves me, Batman. Yeah,
That's about
this
right.
movie's kind of ripping me off, but that's a minor one, but I'm taking it.
Well, let's see. What else can we talk about? Like
I'm kind of wish that we had something for the Infinity War again.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of did discuss it a little bit with Vision. You know, it's like he doesn't know what's in his head.
I don't know. I wanted to see something on the grander scope. The smaller scale with Wakanda and Spider-Man was cute. but
Yeah.
I want to see the I want to see a bigger picture in like these teasers because I want to see the big picture in the teasers. So far, we got the Avengers, old and new. We have Black Panthers, he's here. We have Spider-Man, he's on loan, so he's here. And we got, I would have been happy to see Guardians of the Galaxy. We haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah.
So then, they're coming up. We got Doctor Strange. That's coming up.
I so cannot wait to see that.
But, all of these cast of characters and awesome guys, they got to fit in. And you know what? You know what is really killing me? Is that they're teasing Thor like this. You want to see Thor? You want to see Thor? Well, you can't have him until we decide to write the story for him because I want to know what's going on. The last time we saw Thor, Loki took over Odin and he's running the show.
Yeah.
I want to see what Thor's doing up
Yes,
there.
And where's the Hulk? He doesn't. At least Thor gets movies. Hulk doesn't get movies.
Well, Hulk, you know how I feel about Hulk. He's kind of overrated personally. But still, I'd rather watch Thor because no matter what's happening on Earth, Thor's world is, I think, is on the stage of a grander scale. And whatever happens there is going to affect the whole Infinity War. I just have a feeling. That's just me. That's just moi.
yeah.
So what else do we got here for this?
Well, I know I'm hungry, so I think we need to make our point. Wrap this up.
Well, that was blunt. You're spending way too much time with Batman, let me tell you.
Bats is my bud.
Yeah, I love you too.
Oh, brother.
Don't worry with Catwoman and Talia are not around. I'll give you
Oh,
a call.
gosh.
Oh, God.
Third place.
Thanks. Thanks, Bats.
You're welcome. So, Backlash, you heard the lady. I guess if we have anything else, we could probably wrap it up.
I can't think
We're
of it.
cranking through it 40 minutes. I think we did pretty good.
I think we did more than pretty good. We did excellent.
I'm trying to think what it was. So maybe we can add a little addendum after this if I remember.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I distracted you. You wanted to say it, but I said, no, wait. And then
What did I say about saying it?
you said it was nothing.
You said you were hungry. I heard.
Wow.
You said it was nothing and it was not minor. I said, no, that's what we have for Aftermath, for all these sort of things like these crazy theories like Batman's having here and our little commentary of the movie that we wanted to talk about, but we can't spoil.
Right. Darn. I wish I would have remembered.
It'll come back to you.
Oh, I'll say this. Red Ring was awesome. I loved Red Ring. You take that BB-8. It's like
Yeah,
it's like it cuts about
that
like,
little thing that came out of Falcon.
I love that too.
You see in the comics, Red Wing was an actual red falcon. It was a bird. I mean, not well. Sometimes it was red.
But I love that too.
I mean, but it's like, but it's like say thank you. I'm not saying thank you to that thing.
I
His
thought
name
it
was Red
pretty
Wing.
cute. I thought the whole, his whole persona this time evolved, and I thought it was
Falcon is definitely up there. I'm glad.
Yes, I am.
And well, I will say this. I think Hawkeye. This is the best I've seen Hawkeye. The first movie he was.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mind control.
Yeah, second movie, he did a lot better at explaining his backstory, which I think he needed, but I don't think he was quite there. This hit the mark. He was snarking left and right, especially at Tony.
Yes.
You know?
3 black men in one movie. Yay.
I know, right? We're getting there.
Really cool.
All right, so I guess that's it for now. Wait a minute. It is time to bring it all together. I hope you guys had more points to chime in, but this is about enough. You see, this movie, I enjoyed this movie. I hate to say it, but my problem is that they have so many simulations. What's the word?
You did it. Simulations.
Yeah.
Similarities?
Similarities? Yeah, similarities.
That's right, Bats.
Thank you, similarities to my movie. Then I have to bring this up. Critics, and I know you are. I have a huge database on the back computer. If you like Captain America Civil War, then doesn't that mean you should like Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice? Why are you giving me such crap if they exactly have almost same thing in this movie? I don't understand this.
What?
It makes me mad. It makes me irate.
Well, we like it, Bats.
And that's why I hang around you guys.
Oh.
Even if these two are kind of stupid over here.
Oh, brother.
Backhanded comments.
Yeah.
We do like
Well,
that.
no Avengers died in the movie, and the bad guy didn't die in the movie.
You know Superman's not dead. And you know Lex Luthor's not dead. And Doomsday, well, he's kind of fated to die. So, let me just bring this to a close, and I'm going to say this. Is that even though I still have a mad hate on critics, because they have a mad hate on my movie, I will say this, is that after thinking long and hard, and talking with Commissioner Gordon and my butler, and put all the data in the back computer, I've come to a realization is that Marvel has been doing very good with their movies, and thus critics have been growing up with them from 2008 to now. And it's like a familiar joint that you eat, like burgers and fries. Here comes my movie, Caviar and Fine Wine. It is good, but a different sort of way. And then you get this guy who's eaten nothing but burgers and shakes all his life. Try this, try my stuff. It's like, oh, bleh, disgusting. What is this? Fish eggs, smashed grapes from French people's feet. I don't want this. Give me my burgers and fries.
But you shouldn't talk about this food thing because I'm really hungry and it's not helping.
I'm sorry, I'm almost done. So now the burger joint says, you know what? This movie is pretty good too. Let's put something on the menu. Call it a fish egg burger. It's made out of fish eggs, but you put it on a bun. And you guys eat it and say, this is the best thing I ever tasted. And then it goes great with my
Perrier.
Sutherland White Below shake. It's like that place you said that was terrible, but your place gave you the same thing, just on a bun and a shake.
You're starting to sound more like Boss Bronze here, Batman.
No, don't insult me like that. I will buy a double-decker and eat it in front of you.
Well, great.
Well, I'll
So that's just what I'm saying is that if you like this movie, then you should give my movie a break. It's practically the same movie. All right, and I'm out. Batman out.
Well, thank you. Batman.
Well, I gotta say this, that Bats has a point, because it's like Marvel does good work, and it's really hard for any other studio to really take any kind of point. You know, it's hard. You know, it's like the only movies I can really concede anymore is the X-Men movies. You know, and that's that. You know, people still want to whine and send Marvel back their movies. So what can you do?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Batman, wherever you are. That was a good point. I had a similar gripe, but he expressed it more jerkily. I don't know. But hey, this ends the aftermath. We still love the movie despite its somewhat confusing flaws and kind of ripping off Batman v Superman. Still a great movie. You'll enjoy it. Go watch it. Do it.
We needed to talk about something, right?
We need to talk about something. Because that's the aftermath. And we can't always talk about good stuff because we did that in a review. Sometimes we got to talk about bad stuff too.
Right.
But bad stuff that won't spoil the enjoyment for all. So, this is One Charm the Gamer, Boss Broads.
The information on Virtue Backlash.
And the First Lady of Hungry Media, Lou.
Subscribe to us. Batman said so.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
Definitely.
And all that good stuff. I am the knight. Swear to me.
That.